Hello everyone and welcome to From the Heart Friday, session 86 with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you are having a fabulous Friday. It's the end of the work week. Weekend is almost here. Yay! Hey Lori, how are you? Yes, and we have sunshine today. It's colder again, but the sun is out. And spring is almost here, so things are good. And I've got a brand new bundle to play with today. And I'm going to combine it with the Butterfly Brilliance collection that Stampin' Up! Is featuring this month. I'm so excited to share these with you. If you have your mini catalog, the bundle that I'm going to share is on page 36, and this is the Tranquil Thoughts bundle. So I mentioned this in my video on Tuesday when we used some of the sentiments from the set here, but it has this amazing set of dies too, and I've kind of torn my die sheet apart here, so let me see if I can quickly kind of put it all together here. But what it does is it cuts out these really cool tropical leaves. There's this whole leafy border pattern. There is like this really neat, oops, peekaboo, I almost dropped it, peekaboo leafy window here. And the cool thing about these is that they both cut and emboss at the same time. So I think that's really neat. And of course, we've got all these tropical leaves and things going on. I thought we might just add in a butterfly or two, because if you've ever been on a tropical vacation or visited somewhere warm and tropical, then yeah, there's butterflies and creatures all over. So we will generate those happy thoughts in the cards today. Hey Luann, how are you? All right, so let me flip the camera. We're gonna go ahead and get started. This will be my creative escape for the day. I've been working on taxes for the past couple of days. I'm almost done. I have some work mileage paperwork that needs updating. And then, of course, triple check everything, but I think I can submit them this weekend. And phew, one thing checked off the to-do list. All right, so we'll flip this around here. You can see my workspace and my host code for the month of March there, 6H2ER4QU. If you would like to place an order for the Butterfly collection or these fabulous Tranquil Thoughts dies, and actually this is a bundle, so you get the Tranquil Thoughts stamp set. The dies are shown here, and then the bundle pricing is down in the corner here as well. So to start with, I thought we'd start out easy, because you know that sometimes here on Fridays it's just kind of on the fly. So I'm going to case this card here in the top to start with. So I'm going to start with a half sheet here of mint macaron cardstock. We're gonna go with some of these pretty spring greens. All right, so 5.5 by 8.5. We will fold this there at the 4 1/4 mark. So that will be good. Okay, so here comes the fun part. In the card sample, they used silver. However, I think I wanna do gold. Yeah, we're gonna brighten this up a little bit. So what we need is essentially what I started out with. I cut a 2.5-inch strip of this shaded spruce. So I'm doing mint macaron and I'm pairing that with shaded spruce. Cut a 2.5-inch strip, and then you'll need these two dies here. So that doesn't look like much, but this one does. Oh, I got a little piece in there I need to clean out here. But check out this cool pattern when you die cut that. So you lay this on your cardstock and then you frame it with this little square goes around it. And then when you do that, then you get this neat little part. Can you see how it's embossed there? Hey Diana, hey Janelle. Thank you guys for joining me. Now, is it clear on your end or is it just my screen that's dirty? The die. Oh yeah, the center of the die. Well, there you go. I'm calling it a peekaboo, but I just love the texture on the leaves. I think that's really cool. All right, so that's the initial piece that we need on here. And then we are going to frame that. So again, I cut a 2.5-inch strip of the gold foil paper, and we are doing essentially the same thing. So you take this die, which is a little square with this leaf portion, place that on your strip of paper, and then you need to frame it out with the little square too, so that it cuts out all the way. If you don't do that, then you'll just kind of end up with a leaf hunk, which looks, I think my screen is covered in fingerprints. That's why it looks dirty to me. All right, glad it's clear on your end. Yeah, so I mean, this leaf is really cool. I'll use that for another project, but what I actually wanted to do was frame this out. So once we take this all apart, check out what happens. So you end up with the negative portion, which is, again, that's kind of cool too. Ooh, we could paper piece with some different foil colors. And then gently take that out. Isn't that neat? I love that. So you end up with this embossed frame here. And let me clean out those little die hunks that are getting stuck in there. All right, so that's what that looks like. I just think these are so cool, and I really haven't seen anybody use them yet, and they're really pretty neat. All right, so we are going to just stick these down, quick and simple. All right, so if you've got some dimensionals handy, I had some. Oh, here they are. I think I'm blind today. All right, so I'm just going to stick these on the portions of the die cut here where they won't really show through. So I'm doing 4 on here. Now I have some other neat ideas for this too, because it frames out a cool image. We could do a beach scene behind there, which I think would be pretty neat too. All right, let's decide which way we want our little die cut to go. We'll center this in the top portion of our card. Hey Philomena, how are you? Thanks so much for jumping on. All right, and then what did I do with our cool leaf die cut? Okay, so again, I'm going to frame this out just by putting a couple of dimensionals, one here at the base, and then I'm gonna do another one right up here. So I'm just tacking down the leaf, and the frame itself will float. Oh, thanks so much for sharing. And Luann, yes, I got a whole order of Stampin' Seal. So I put a brand new one, brand new just for today's video, in my Stampin' Seal holder. So there will be no running out of adhesive in today's video. All right, so just overlaid there. So the frame kind of floats. The leaves are tacked down. I just think that's so pretty. Now, you know, I might stick a little glue dot right up here in the corner, just so that the frame doesn't escape too much. So I'm gonna peel that glue dot off with my paper snips there, and I'm gonna stick it right underneath that corner piece and just tack that, just gently tack that down. That's the cool thing about foil paper. It does kind of bend a little bit, so you can, it's a little bit pliable, a little more so than regular cardstock. Yeah, isn't that neat? Very simple, just 2 die cuts there. All right, now, so we need a little greeting, and I love the font in these. They're so nice. So let's go ahead. We'll use a skinny one here. I thought of you today. I thought of all of you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, this is brand new set here that I'm using. So I will pull out the sentiment here. Take the backing off of my sticker sheet. Oops, did I get that on there? No, I think I did it crooked, but it's gonna have to work because once you stick them, they hold pretty well. All right, so let's grab our shaded spruce ink here. And I've got just a couple of scraps of basic white from my little cardstock baggie because I really wasn't sure exactly how tall the greeting was. So it does look like, in order to get the little loop of the Y there, that this piece that is 3/4 of an inch will work better. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's flag one end. This is that 6-in-1 multi-banner punch here. So we're gonna stick the one end in, make sure it goes all the way. We'll flag that first. we'll stamp our greeting here. Oops, it's crooked. Flip, do over. Hey Bonnie, how are you? Nothing like trying to use a new set, looking through a dirty camera and try to get that straight. All right, that's better. That's not too bad. All right, so I'm going to trim this off and then I will run it through my 6-in-1 banner punch there. So let's go ahead and tuck this in. Make sure, yep, all the way up to the edge. Okay, there we go. So we've got our little banner. So this is, it's a 3/4 inch deep piece, and all together, it's just under 3.5 inches wide. So you would need like a 4¼ inch piece to start with, and then use your 6-in-1 banner punch there to flag the ends. Okay, so that was with Shaded Spruce ink. Let's just put a couple, we're using dimensionals today. And yes, that's the side I messed up, that's crooked. So I'm gonna put a couple of dimensionals here on the back. Tack this down on the front, underneath our gorgeous leafy focal point there. And then because we're doing all gold, I thought we needed some gold trim, so I've brought out the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack here. And of course, I always list everything. Sometimes it takes me just a little bit, but I do always list our supplies in the video description here. Let's see what I want to do. You know, I think maybe I'll make a bow, so let me see if I can hold my toaster tongs in place here while we're on camera. Okay, so got my end in my right hand. I'm gonna just flip this over the left because it's still attached to the spool of ribbon. So take your loose end here, go across the middle, poke it down through the center, up and over, hold it tight there, and then you're gonna knot the two ends here. And then pull it tight. All right, so I've got a bit extra, just trim that off. And then we'll pull this off, stick our knot. Come on here, cooperate. Stick the knot to a glue dot. That rhymes. All right, let me see. I'm gonna pull that off with my little snips here today. And then put that right up here. Just kind of hiding right up there in the corner. All right, I feel like my glue dot is a little big, but like I said, super duper simple, but that gold foil really makes it pop. All right, so Lori, maybe you'll get Shaded Spruce. Lori's favorite color ink pad is Pool Party. So she's a girl after my own heart because I love those colors. Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay. I love them all. But she particularly loves Pool Party. Do I dare tell him, Lori? So much that she actually ordered 3 of the Pool Party ink pads. So we are going to help Lori get organized here. I told her she needs some Stampin storage for her ink pads so that she can see. And what you need to do when you get your ink pads is peel the label off the back so that when you look at it in your stamp row, you can see what color you're looking at just at a glance. And then the other little color strip goes right there in the lid so that when your ink pad is open, you can see that as well. And then if you really want, you've got all these other strips if you want in French or German or even Japanese. So, all right. So quick and simple card here. That was with the Tranquil Thoughts bundle, Tranquil Thoughts dies right there. Really can't get any simpler than that, but we've got some spring green there. So yeah, isn't that pretty? Okay, oh, I managed to get green. That's why I stamp with jeans on, so you can wipe your hands on your pants. Hey, Gladdy. All right. Oh, Bonnie loves the Shaded Spruce. Awesome. Okay, so let's do another one here. Let's change it up a little bit. I have the other half sheet of the mint macaron, so might as well use this one. Again, 5.5 by 8.5. We are going to score that again at the 4.25. And this time, rather than using our framed, let me see, somehow, I probably should have looked to see exactly how these were on the sheet ahead of time. Maybe this goes like this. It's always a puzzle. All right, I think that goes like that. And then this one goes here. And then we have just the basic, the square frame that we used, and that does tuck in the corner. All right, so that's what we used on the first card. Second one here, I want to use this gorgeous border. So this is the full size of a card front. It's actually 4.25 inches wide and 5.5 inches long. So this is a pretty big die here. So I did pre-cut that so you wouldn't have to see me shake the camera or anything. Hey, Diana. So I gotta cut this 4.25 by 5.5, and then it just fit there. I put my leaf die here on the corner, and this is what happened when I cut it out. So isn't that's such a cool die. All right, so we end up with this piece. Pop out all those little doodads. Thankfully, there's not too many. But again, I love that you get that really cool embossed textured effect here with as well as the intricate die cut. Can you guys see the detailing on that? Oh, yeah, really cool there. I love that. I can't believe it's been so overlooked. All right, so on this, we need to layer this onto something. So, oops, losing my pieces here. I think I'll cut a piece of, well, let's go with some basic white. I thought I had a panel here, yes. So I'm gonna put that to make sure I got one that's 4. Whoops, I need to cut it just a little bit. Actually, it works out good that it's 5.5 inches long here. And let's see. Like I said, kind of going on the fly. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down and we'll see what evolves. All right, so again, this piece it's a little bit different. I was intending a piece that's 4 by 5.25, but just grabbed one out of my stash here, and it's actually 4 by 5.5, which for this die set works pretty good. So I'm going to center it here. So I've got 1/4 inch on the left and the right of my card base peeking through. And then we've got our die here. And flip this over, grab your dimensionals, and we're going to secure this at all the various points. Let's get our corner. And then we'll get right down here in this corner. Oops, there's another little piece. Is it? I couldn't tell. Nope, maybe not. Okay, I guess that's solid. It's just deeply embossed. All right, and then put one more over here on this edge. All right, so we've just got a handful of dimensionals here. Lori's letting them know, yes, so she loves Pool Party and Blackberry Bliss. But the cool thing with Stampin' Up, they are very good about exchanges. So if that happens, then let me know, let your demonstrator know. They can send you an exchange form. And as long as you're within the initial 90-day ordering period, then Stampin' Up will send you whatever you would like back, and you don't have to pay return postage. So you gather up your items. In this case, Lori's couple of duplicate ink pads. She printed out her exchange form. I gave her all the information she needed, and then she's sending that in a little padded envelope to Stampin' Up. That is at her expense with the postage there. But on that exchange form, you fill out exactly what you want in return, And as soon as Stampin' Up! Receives that, they'll ship that out to you. Easy peasy, no cost. So if you've ever ordered a duplicate bundle or anything like that, then definitely take advantage of Stampin' Up's exchange. They don't want you to lose money on product. They want you to be happy with what you get too. And I've always found their process to be, to work really well. So isn't that cool? Hey, Sue. Yes, it's just coming together so nice. That die really is neat. So as much as I wanted that die to be the focal point, I thought what I'd do, I have some of the butterflies die cut from our Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper. This is what happens if you use the large butterfly die. You can pop out all 6 of those at the same time. So I do have some of those. I've got a little set of pre-die cut butterflies all ready to go. And I thought what we would do is we could pick one. I like that swallowtail is really pretty, isn't it? All right, so let me know, what is your favorite butterfly? Should we go with the yellow swallowtail? Should we keep with the green theme? That's pretty too. Or should we go with a pop of Poppy Parade and Magenta Madness? So many options here. They're really pretty, aren't they? All right, you guys vote. Which butterfly do you like best? And then we'll pick our sentiment here from the Tranquil Thoughts stamp set. And I think depending on this, I actually think we could fit this Wishing You a Beautiful Day down here. So let me pull that out. All right, I think I used this one on Tuesday. Yep, so I've already got that assembled. I just need to grab my block here. Right, aren't these pretty? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentiments and 6. They kind of work together. And then you've got some extra leaves and flowers and such a pretty bundle here. Hey, Mom. All right, she kind of likes the green. Luann likes the yellow swallowtail. Oh, everybody's voting for a different one. I'm glad he likes the poppy. All right, Bonnie likes the yellow. Philomena likes the yellow. All right, so it looks like the swallowtail. You guys, as much as we got votes for all the other colors, the swallowtail is definitely the winner here. All right, so I'm gonna lay that out. Let's see where my greeting will go. It looks like it's gonna fit in this space right here. So I am gonna do that with my shaded spruce again. Let me pick these up so I don't get ink on those. All right, so I'm gonna stamp this first. Try not to get any more ink on my fingers. And then I'm gonna place the butterfly on with dimensionals. All right, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Okay, and then let's put a couple of dimensionals on. This is definitely a dimensional intensive card series today. But maybe it's because I got a couple new packages of dimensionals as well as my stamp and seal refills. So I'm a little freer with my adhesive today because I'm not worried about running out. All right, so let's kind of angle this in here. We'll frame out our sentiment. We will have it kind of flying through the jungle here and just make sure we are within the framework of our card base. Yeah, isn't that cool? I kind of like that. It helps the leaves stick up just a little bit, gives it more of a 3D effect there, which I thought was kind of neat. I don't know, I'm really loving the simplicity of these. I feel like we could use a couple, I don't know, do you guys feel like it needs embellishments? Or, because if we do, I've got some enamel dots here, or I've got some, excuse me, artisan sequins, which I threw off my desk. Let's see if we did the kind of the yellowy color of that. That might be subtle and kind of reflective, you know, kind of channeling that wild jungle vibe. I don't know, I think I'm liking the sequins a little bit more than the dots. The dots are just a little too solid, but with the sequins being reflective and kind of opaque there. Oh, and this either jumping off my card. They're wanting to be on this card. So let's make sure we got adhesive side up here. Let's see where we want to put these. All right, so that's the one that just jumped off of the sequin sheet and was like, pick me, pick me. All right, let's go do another one. Do that. I don't know. I think it's cute, huh? Luann was saying good. She liked it as is. Yes. All right. Well, we did add a couple. I was restrained myself here so that we didn't overdo it, because I do agree with Luann that sometimes less is more, and you don't want to overdo it. The dies here are definitely the showstopper. These are the Tranquil dies, part of the Tranquil Thoughts bundle from page 36 of the mini catalog. Love that. And I think they work great with our Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper. And of course, that would be beautiful. You could stamp all kinds of butterflies and mix and match, make them whatever colors you want. But keeping it kind of simple for this fabulous Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. If you did, then love your comments, love that you share. Please invite your friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys are over there on YouTube. My numbers are increasing. I'm actually up to 1,846 subscribers. I do have a pretty big goal because I'll be coming up on my 1 year YouTube anniversary, if you call it that, at the end of May. So, and I do card giveaways for every 100 subscribers that we get. So I'll be giving, when we get to 1,900, I'll be giving away a couple more cards that day. So make sure that you're also on my YouTube channel. It's just be Creative Cardiology. If you type in Jessica Brigden Stampin' Up, it pops up on there too. And yeah, I'd love if you could support me in that way. And of course, appreciate your orders. If you need any help with that, feel free to call, text, message me there at the number on the screen. And then of course, you guys know there's always a contact me there on both my Facebook and my YouTube. So thank you guys so much. Have a fabulous rest of your day and a great weekend too. And I look forward to stamping with you soon. All right, everybody, take care.